I was here, but
All right, I need to message Gail and Jamie here really
yeah,
quick.
okay, all right.
Yep.
Okay, Shawn, the reason I'm at school is because at home we can't get fast enough internet to participate in this. I tried it before when I took
That's pretty normal. I've had people in the UK and I've had them in the phone, and those two places seem to be. Yep, everyone's at school when they're doing these, and even up here, I live in the sticks too. So,
yeah.
and I live in Rose City, which is a country town outside of West Branch, very small. So, I know the feeling. I'm lucky enough to live right on the corner of a hub that I get real fast DSL. Otherwise, I'd be right there with you.
Yeah.
It's the same issue, like a block away. It's
Okay.
pretty rough. I get that. Kathy, what grade do you teach?
I'm in first right now, but I taught most of my career in fifth and sixth. But
Okay, good deal.
I wanted to go to the younger children, so I like it. I like working with the younger ones.
Awesome.
Yeah.
My wife Sarah, she's right here next to me. She teaches middle school. She's taught anywhere from 6th through 8th, right? Yeah, or not 8th. 6 through 12, but I mean, right now she's teaching in the middle school. But she used to teach chemistry, so now she teaches
Nice, good.
middle school.
Very good. Oh, I enjoyed the middle school children. That's not it. I was transferred to fifth, not by my choice. I wanted to stay in sixth, but we keep shrinking in size, our enrollment. But then I voluntarily went from fifth to kindergarten, and now I'm in first. But I'm enjoying it. But middle school is fun to teach. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I understand how you feel on that because we have the same thing. Our enrollment's starting to go down, and yeah.
Yeah.
Arthur, I'm pasting that link in there on the chat bar. Kathy, do you have your chat bar open?
I just got it.
My chat.
Okay. That will actually take them to this Hangout. As long as they're in that Google Plus, as long as they're in there logged into the right Google account. If you just click on that, I don't know if that'll help Gail. I just sent it to her. It looked like she was trying to message me here a minute ago in an actual separate video chat. So I sent that to them. Yeah, because it looks like Gail might be in there right now, and with Jamie. Did you start another Hangout?
I clicked off, and then all three of us clicked back onto the same one, and it came back. So I'm just putting this into their school email and hoping that maybe they'll catch that.
Okay, well, I sent them a message in that actual video chat too. I went ahead and sent it to them all. But I don't. You better email it to them too. I don't know if they'll have their chat turned on automatically. So. Yeah,
I'm getting Jamie's other alternate email here really quick and sending it to her in that. I'm just having a hard time finding it.
Sorry.
You got better things to do than this, don't you, Kathy?
I'm sure we all do. No,
I
that didn't come out right. That didn't come out right, but I mean.
No, I'm right there with you. It's the first week back, so.
We have other things to do. Maybe, I don't know if they're better or not, but they're other.
There's something, huh?
That's terrible.
Yep. All right. You're amongst friends. That's okay. That's the nice thing about this class. We're all teachers, so
yeah, that's true.
It's perfectly fine to fall flat on your face.
Yeah. I've done that.
Yep.
There's Arthur. Oh, I saw Arthur there.
Arthur's back here. There we go.
There's Jamie.
Did we find Jamie?
There she is. Well, we haven't had any luck, so
hey, she's back.
I'm here.
And they can't, we're going to blame them. All right.
I think we have 100% attendance now.
They would find it, but it seems like that loop is gone, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
Did we lose Gail?
She was in the other Hangout. I'm hoping she found that link. Let me ask Jamie. Jamie, did you find that link in the other Hangout? Or did you, oh, you gotta unmute. You're muted.
Is that better?
Yes, there you go. I can hear you now.
Gail and I somehow got in our own chat room, so we were talking, and I said I just got a link, so I clicked on it and was taken here. So I don't know if she's.
Yeah, but I was in that. I saw that Hangout show up, so I threw that link in there real quick. Because you show up on my Google Plus, and that link is still in there. I'm hoping Gail's still there. It looks like that's not good. No, she looks still active. Quick, she's grayed out. She might not be there. I'm gonna go ahead and send it again. And that link. Hopefully, she'll get the hit. Let me try this. Looks like she joined another one that's not this one again. I'll send the link there too.
Hi, Kathy.
Hi, Jamie. Jamie, I was listening all along, but I couldn't get in. That's what I don't like.
I was listening too until I could get in as well. It was really strange.
And that's the difference between Hangouts and Hangouts on air. For some reason, if you're not in through Google Plus, you can't access the on air function. So, sorry about our craziness, you guys. I won't keep you past night no matter what happens. I promise.
Why you can hear me, right? But it says my microphone is muted, so I'm not sure why that.
No. Go ahead and click that button. You'll see it turn red. It's not muted unless it's red. Now it's muted. Yep, I can't hear you.
Okay. See, I'm learning.
There you go. That's what it's all about.
So, how's the weather there?
It's what was it today? 79. It was pretty warm. We just got back from soccer practice. We coach both the girls. We have a 10-year-old daughter and a 7-year-old daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Both coach each of their soccer teams, and that was pretty warm tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready for fall for sure. Yeah. We all live in Michigan for. I don't know if I want winter to come, but fall is welcome.
I know.
All right, I'm gonna say I will start the show and tell with myself. I guess I wouldn't ask you guys to do anything I wouldn't do. What I'm going to do is just give you an idea of how I blend my own classroom, and I'll allow everybody to just kind of do the same thing. If I get too wordy, somebody please pipe in and shut me up and say we've heard enough or seen enough. And I'm going to go ahead and go to screen share, and I want everybody to kind of follow what that is if you haven't done it in Hangouts before. Looks like guys here now. Awesome. So screen share is going to give me the ability to share my screen with you in this Hangout. And that's just underneath that chat function on the top left-hand portion of your screen. It's a green arrow. When you hover over it, it says screen share. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. And it's going to give me some options of the entire screen, or if I want to just share one document. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my entire screen. So I'm going to click on that, and then I have to click share, or it won't do that. And so right now, you're going to see whatever I see on my screen. So right now, you can see my Google Plus page. Is that correct? And someone just pop in and tell me, because I can't see you anymore. Oh, wait.
Yeah, we're seeing it.
Oh,
we
okay,
see.
I always wait to make sure my screen share is on before I start talking about what's on my screen. I've gone 10 minutes before anybody told me that nothing was there and they were still looking at the Hangout. So, what I'm going to do is take you to my own course and how I run my own face-to-face classrooms. I teach online as well, but my face-to-face classroom, what I do is I create a site, a Google site for it. So I teach at John Glenn High School. I put a link back to our school's homepage. I put a link to Skybook, which is basically our students' grade book, where I put a lot of assignments as well that are online or virtual. And then some contact information. But underneath that, I have a list of all the classes I teach, as well as some resources that I use for various things. So if you're a student in, let's say, UK biology, you would come here as your home base. Yeah, I have links here to extra things I put in here as they come up, and I create subpages. But I have another link for Skylar. I'm going to use PlanBook, which is an online grading notebook. And the nice thing about mobile sites is it allows you to embed things with HTML language. So this PlanBook is a separate website, but I'm able to embed it into my actual website, and they can see my PlanBook without having to go log in or find my PlanBook site, which is really nice. And it'll allow them to scroll through the different weeks or in fact what we did that day or what's coming up. So this has been this week so far. If you use Reminder 101, you can embed your reminders, which is kind of nice. And today I was testing the reminds with my students in class. It'll show you past reminds as well. And you can also put how to sign up for reminds, which is really important in there as well, where you can click on that and students can find that and they can get text from me. I put my online text here, connect this virtual software I use with my textbook for formative assessment. And then I create quizzes for vocabulary. So if I click here, it'll actually take me to my Quizlet page for just this class. Yes, sir.
I'm just wondering, we're still getting your voice, and I'm wondering, I'm not sure what the sensitivity is on your mic, because it comes in clear, and then it kind of sounds like maybe a little bit too strong of a signal. So I'm wondering, is there a way maybe to keep it a more uniform distance?
Is it too strong?
It's almost coming like it's coming through too strong, so I'm not sure if your mouth is getting closer to the mic at times, seeing that we're not able to...
It might be. Let me. I can adjust.
That's better, right there. You just pulled it back by half, and it was good.
Boost. I was going for too loud rather than not loud enough. Let me see if I can adjust my microphone boost here.
That is much better right there already.
Is that better? Okay. All right. Thanks for telling me.
You're welcome.
That should be good right there. I hope that if it gets loud, let me know. And so this is just a place for students, and there's quite a bit of vocab in this class because it's AP Biology, but these are just for that class, and I have these for all of my classes. But what this allows me to do is organize everything I'm going to use in this class. And if I have a virtual lab, I can create a link here. This will take me to an actual virtual lab that the students can complete, and it's going to take a while, I know, because I'm using a lot of bandwidth right now. But basically, half of my class is online, and if students aren't in class and they miss something, they can click on here and go to a web page I've built as a filing cabinet, and they can actually find, let's say they lost their vocab, they can come here and get their vocab, and they're never without the class, no matter where they go virtually. And so this is how I set up most of my classes virtually, and this is the sort of the home base, so to speak, that all of my students know that it will always be there, and if they aren't there, or if I'm not there, they know that they can find these resources there. You can embed YouTube videos to help support your current curriculum and what you already do in the class. I have presentations within the resource links here, but this is how I blend my classroom. Now, there are all different levels of blending. You can have a completely online environment. You can have an environment that is flipped, where students only see you to answer questions. I'm more in the middle, where I just incorporate a lot of technology in my face-to-face classroom because I still am a firm believer of the face-to-face connection. So I don't like to get too much technology. I know it looks like a lot, and I do use it a lot, but the focus is still on what we do in the classroom and using the online stuff to support it. And that's kind of my online world. And so I'm going to go ahead and step off the soapbox now and give, I guess I'll pick on Arthur because he's the other teacher here, to maybe dive into his world a little bit.
I guess I better unmute it. Well, Shawn, as I was sitting back and listening and watching this just a little bit, I don't have any screens up and ready to show on that one. But as I was reflecting back, we were looking at yours coming from a high school perspective, and I know myself as 4th grade. I think Jamie was at first grade. Jamie, okay, and Gail is in reading recovery. And Kathy, I'm sorry, I forgot which was it. You can hold up a number or put it in the chat bar. But first, okay. So we're kind of coming from the elementary end. So I know that one thing that in our area has been used, and in our face-to-face we talked about it, but there's a lot of people that use the Spelling City program, and using that, it allows the kids to be interacting and doing some of their schoolwork with that, the spelling test. I know in my building this year we're going exclusively Spelling City for our spelling curriculum for our 4th and 5th grades. So that will be something that the kids will be doing things online. And so that's just a really quick one. I know that all of these schools in the EUP are also using the Compass Learning as a tool to help measure their the assignments and things like that. So I believe that all of the participants that I have with my group here, both Jamie and Kathy and Gail, have all been exposed and have actually been doing that somewhat. So actually probably really a lot. It's just we haven't necessarily titled that as blended learning. It's just we've been incorporating that technology into things. So anyway, again, sorry I didn't have a screen ready to pop up there really quick, but I can try to have that at another time.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we're talking about doing here, is taking all of those resources that you just talked about and trying to find ways that we can, bring those to parents and the students outside of the school. That's the challenge, I think, is getting all of those licensed softwares somehow something to students at home. It's tough to. I think about the AR reading program even with my own daughter, and I would love to have that right at her fingertips at home, but they can't, obviously, because it's a secure network. But I would love to have that there so I could see what books she could read and things of that nature. So that is exactly what we're talking about when we say blended, and I know all of our elementary teachers do it. I think that's why Arthur's paired with me as a high school teacher. When Ann and Melinda put these courses together, they wanted to put people from both ends of the spectrum together, because in the past I've had 2 high school teachers doing this class, and a lot of times, like you said, I'm just looking at one end, and there's tools that you mentioned that I haven't even heard of that I know are used virtually. And so, awesome. So let me and like Arthur said, you don't have to screen share. That's not a requirement here at all. I was just saying that's one way we can do it. So just to keep things short, because I know I took a lot of time here tonight, let me go ahead and I'll go from Jenna, then to Kathy, then to Gail, then to Sarah. If you guys can just briefly mention, like Andrew did real quick, about what some of the technology you use in your classroom right now, and maybe 1 or 2 things that you want to add.
Yeah, I think as you're talking, your mic is getting closer to your face.
I did it again. Yep. I leaned right into it that time.
I didn't catch most of what you said over the last minute. I'm not sure if the others did, because it was coming through distorted again.
Too strong? Okay. If everybody can just tell us what they currently might be using, just generally, and then maybe 1 or 2 things that you want to take from the actual course. Something that you wish you had, or you might have seen somebody do and want to learn how to do, just so we have that in our head, because we have a pretty small class, and we should be able to give you guys a lot of one-on-one attention. So I'm going to chime out right now, and I'm going to start with Jamie.
There we go. I use a lot of the things that Arthur said. I do Spelling City, where students can do their spelling pre-test the week before, so I can see who has mastered the words. I give them separate words, and the students do have access to that at home, so that's one thing that they can do at home. We do Compass, but of course that's in the school. I use several online sites for listening to reading with our Daily 5 program. So there's Tumble Books and Storyline Online, where students or groups of students will listen to a story right off the computer. I really like those. And also for brain breaks, there's Go Noodle, and you can log your class in, and it keeps track of the brain breaks. They have Zumba and different running events and things like that that we do throughout the day to get the kids kind of moving and ready to refocus. Something that I have but I haven't used yet was in my writing workshop class. I got a Google Doc where I can use it for conferencing, for my writing conferences, and I can just type in the information on the template, and it'll put all the information into a spreadsheet so I can keep track of who I've met with and what they're working on and so on. I haven't done that yet. So I want to get more into that, and also I'd like to collaborate with different schools through Skype or FaceTime, those types of things, to kind of compare information that we're collecting. So those are some of the things I would like to do.
I like that, the Skyping idea, because there's opportunities for you to not just connect with other classes, but you can connect with experts that are in a field. So I think that's a great way. I've not done it personally with my class, although I've been on the receiving end of being the expert and speaking, but not so much through a Skype program as it was through an interactive television. So I know it's very beneficial just from watching the classrooms that I've spoken with from my author hat. So that's a good one.
They're a phenomenal way. We bring guest speakers in that way to our science classrooms. We did an autopsy in the auditorium on the screen virtually, and that was pretty crazy. That was a little much for even me, I think. But it was very, very, very educational. So awesome. We can work with those tools and help you Skype, or like we're doing right now in a Hangout, or even if it gets into, and the website's leaving my brain right now, it's how you do virtual field trips for some reason with the Comcast device. I can't remember what it's called. I'll look it up and I'll have that. I'll actually make sure I put that in the course or at the next Hangout, Jamie. Okay?
Okay.
I'm going to go down to Kathy now.
Okay, you can hear me? What I want to do more of is what I did when I had the 5th grade is with science. I was thinking specifically about science. Well, I was going to hone in on science for this class. When I taught the 5th grade, I had where we'd cover it in class, and then there'd be like an interactive site through Discovery Education or somewhere like that they could go in and actually apply their knowledge, like growing plants in greenhouse, different scenarios. And I just haven't done that yet for the 1st grade. But some things that we do, and I guess that would be called blended, is we share these. I mean, we don't have a whole set for the class or anything, but like if I go to the other 1st grade teachers, I could get a set, but I usually do these with small groups. But like math, for example, today we went on math. After we had our math class and they were getting kind of antsy, we went on here and I tell them specifically what to do, like hungry fish, adding. And these iPads have all kindergarten and 1st grade apps on them, but we have quite a few things in here, but not really what I wanted as far as interactive science. Do you know what I mean about interactive, like science labs and experimental things where they tell what the plant needs to grow, for example, and then, friction and gravity and at a 1st grade level. That's what I want to do more of.
And I know a lot of upper level ones. I would be very pressed to find out at the 1st grade level. I'll be honest. But I can look. And it's for iPads, right?
Well, and we have netbooks too.
Okay. All right. So it can be any platform.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So that's our mission, is to find some good interactive science, elementary science activities and modules. Okay.
I know. Alex, can you vacuum later? Okay, fine. I'm just on a video thing. Okay. Oh, actually, I'll vacuum later before I go, okay? All right, thanks. Thanks, Alex. See you later. They're nice. They're doing a good job.
You were nicer than me. I don't know if I would ever volunteer to vacuum.
I brought my own vacuum this year. We had so much trouble last year. I brought all my own cleaning supplies, but they're nice people. I mean, they're doing a good job, the custodians, but I mean, they're a little simpler than I don't know. It's a different crew, but they're nice. They're good. They're good at their job.
You're up at Rudyard?
Yes.
I saw. Okay. Do you know Chad Smith up there by
Oh,
any chance?
yes, I do.
Well, we're from the same town. We wrestled. Well, he was a couple of years ahead of me, but from Traverse City.
Oh,
So tell him you're taking a class with me. He'll laugh.
I will. His wife Jody and I taught in the 6th grade together for 3 years, and then she's just down the hall. I know.
Oh,
Jody.
very cool.
Mhm.
Awesome. Yeah, tell her to tell Chad I said hi. I see him once a year at a Gaylord swim meet. And
Okay, I will. I'll pop that on him.
Awesome. Okay.
Okay, thank
Very
you.
cool. All right, I'm going to switch to Gail.
I guess my big thing is to learn how to use my camera, make it go the right way.
I knew that was coming.
I will have that fixed by next week. But I'm working with teachers this year quite a bit. I have 2 kids for reading recovery, and I'm working with teachers and pros this year. And I guess it's kind of like blended learning with adults this year, because we want to get the teachers and everybody talking together through online documentation and things, so that everybody knows what everybody else is seeing with the kids and how the kids are being serviced. So that's kind of my angle from this, is using the internet, the Google Docs, the data director drive, all to try and service the kids better.
Awesome. If you need any help with the Google stuff, go ahead and ask, because I live and die in that world. So, awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and try to wrap things up. I better pass it on to my wife. I forget about her, I'll be in trouble. There.
My name is Sarah Mason. If I'm too loud like Shawn, please tell me. I don't want to be loud. I teach middle school. I teach 6th grade. I'm kind of right there with Kathy. I want, from this, I'd like to gain more, I guess, interactive tools I can do with my 6th graders. My problem is right now is we have a couple computer labs, but they're always booked for other programs. We do that Compass Learning that Arthur mentioned, and I think somebody else did too. Jamie, right? Jamie mentioned that too, I think. I can't remember, but anyways, our Compass Learning we do as a retention program, so they don't do that in my class. They do it to regain credit for if they didn't pass my class. Because I don't have a lot of computers, we do a lot of computer interactives together, with the whiteboard. I do have a website like my husband. Mine is not nearly as done as his at all, but it's a start, and that's where mine is someday hopefully going to look like his. What else do I do? Oh, I have the Remind 101. Trying to think what else I have. Oh, my plan book. Yep, all that's online. I do use pbslearningmedia.com or org. Has a bunch of interactives. You just have to go through them. And, I found a lot of really good things online, with Discovery Education and a bunch of different websites. But it's just, there's so many, and you just really need the time to go through all of them. So I guess I'm kind of right there with Kathy. I'd like some more interactive things that I can do. Like I said, my biggest problem is I can't get all my science classes in a computer lab. I might be able to get 1 or 2, but then that leaves half of my science students without that time in the lab. So that's my problem. So I guess that's pretty much it. What did I forget? Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and just remind you, this first module is about, part of the first two modules, I should say, is about starting that conversation with your administrator. So Sarah said there's something she's lacking, it's computers. Gail's looking for some more tools, so is Kathy. I think we all are looking for useful, meaningful tools. Finding those, often they cost money, and having those conversations with the administrators to help purchase some of that for district licensing and things of that nature is part of this initial conversation. So just remember that that conversation is not just about hardware with your administrator, it's about all that software that might be available, or they might have money to purchase through title money and things of that nature. So just keep those things you're looking for in mind when you do strike up those conversations. I've had teachers in the past get classroom sets of Chromebooks just because they wouldn't actually talk to the tech guys and the administrators, and when they had a set to hand out, they thought of them. So it's just kind of a good conversation to start all around with your administrators with these first couple of modules. I am actually going to do a quick screen share so people know where in the course to fill out their attendance.
Okay, that's a little loud, Shawn. Try that again.
Oh, sorry, too far away. I want to make sure everybody knows exactly where to go in the course to do their attendance, because it's in the orientation part. So I'm going to go to screen share real quick, and I'm going to hop to the BLIC course, hopefully, and everybody should be able to see this homepage. Right here on the page of our BLIC course, there's this form for virtual sessions. Please do fill this out after every virtual session that you watch. If you watched it live, you're going to click live, and this was over module 1. So make sure you do that. I'll have Sarah do it right now in front of you, actually. Go ahead and type in your name and last name, then first name. She watched it live, so she clicked live, click module 1. I made it real simple, and just scroll down and hit enter. Make sure you guys do that after each and every virtual session that you do. That is just an accountability piece for the BLIC course, so that we have proof that you guys were actually here and participated. Even if it wasn't virtually, stuff's going to come up. We're going to have parent-teacher conferences. Things are going to happen where you might not be able to make 1 meeting or 2 meetings. Just go back and view the playlist, watch the Hangout, and then fill out the form, and you'll be. But I'd like to thank everybody for coming. Arthur, go ahead.
I just had a little brainstorm as I was sitting here. I know that just listening to all of the input of what people are using and things like that, one thing I have, and I'll send it out to the elementary teachers, mine's geared more towards the 4th, 5th grade, 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, but I have a website with a huge number of links of different activities. Some can kind of cross over a little bit higher and some a little bit lower. But I'll be on the lookout and see if there's any lower elementary people that have just kind of gathered a whole bunch of resources that they put on their school web pages for their students and things like that. But I'll see if I can go beg, borrow, and steal some if I can find some. And Shawn, I'm on the high school end. Shawn and Sarah, I'm going to defer to you on that. I'm not sure.
That's why they put us together, Arthur. Don't worry about it. That's perfect.
So,
share them with the group, and I'll send them to my elementary teachers too. So
I just think that would be helpful just from some of the things that were said tonight. There's a number of resources out there. It's just more or less finding those resources and then implementing them into our own curriculum.
Exactly. All right, you guys, you know where we're at. If you have any questions, ask them in the question forum by the module so we know which module you're talking about. I know we're probably all going to be busy working in the course this weekend rather than even tomorrow. I'm aware of that. It's the first week of school. So be safe, have fun, and enjoy your little ones.
All right. Thanks, Shawn. Thanks.
Yep, you guys.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for attending tonight.